Good day, everyone. Our group is Alpha B7. Now we are going to discuss a question about per monopoly. Hi guys, before we begin, I recently saw a video about water management of Lembaga Urus Air Selangor. This video clip has led me to think about how water system in Malaysia actually generate and why water system in monopoly in Malaysia. Let me show you guys this video clip.
Water is precious. It keeps us humans hydrated, nourishes our plants and animals, and is used in a lot of many ways to keep our lives running. But water is also a limited resource, meaning that there's only so much drinkable water to go around. Only 3% of fresh water on the planet is available for drinking. The rest, 97%, is salt water, and we can't drink seawater. The Selangor Water Management Authority, or LUAS, which ensures that all living things within the river basin get access to sufficient and good quality water, found that a lot of fresh water from our rivers and dams flow out to the sea. That's water wastage. Thus, an intelligent decision support system was developed by LUAS to calculate the catchment's water balance of daily dam releases, current and forecasted rainfall, river water level, and water abstraction volume, so that releases from the dams can be adjusted to allow just the right amount of water to flow out to the sea. Named the LUAS Intelligent Support System, or LIS. The system tells dam operators how much water to release and when not to. When the water level in the river is high, that excess water is pumped from the river and put aside into large storage ponds. This means that we can prevent floods while at the same time setting aside water for times of drought. This is just one of the few things that LUAS is doing to save water. You can do your part too, by taking shorter showers, turning off the tap while brushing your teeth, and recycling rainwater to water plants and wash your car.
So let me ask everyone a simple question. Have you even think you are unhappy with your water service, maybe low pressure or slow repairs? What can you actually do?
Honestly, not much. We can complain, but we cannot switch to another provider.
Exactly. And from an economics point of view, this situation immediately raises a red flag. Today, we are acting like an economics to analyze whether this lack of choice is a market failure or whether it's actually the most efficient outcomes under a natural monopoly. So now let us define the concept clearly. What do economics mean by a natural monopoly?
A natural monopoly exists when a single firm can supply the entire market at a lower cost than multiple competing firms. This usually occurs when fixed costs are extremely high and the marginal costs are relatively low.
Can you be more specific about the fixed cost in water supply?
Yes, of course. So in water supply, fixed costs include dams, treatment plants, pumping station, underground pipelines, and maintenance system. So these costs must be paid upfront regardless of how much water is actually supplied.
And once this infrastructure exceeds, supplying one more household adds very little additional cost.
So the key point here is not just monopoly, it's the cost structure that makes monopoly efficient. Now let's move to efficiency. Why is one firm more efficient than many?
The third reason is economies of scale. As output increase, average costs continue to fall because fixed costs are spread over a large number of customers.
So does this mean bigger is always better?
In this industry, yes, at least up to a very large scale. So for example, the cost of building a water treatment plant does not double when the number of consumers doubles.
And what about subadditivity?
Subadditivity means that one firm can produce total market output at a lower cost than two or more firms combined.
If two companies each dig roads and install pipelines to serve the same neighborhood, society ends up paying twice for the same service.
So competition does not reduce prices, it increases total cost. So far we have discussed cost. Let us talk about demand. How do customers respond to changes in water prices?
Water demand is highly price inelastic because water is a basic necessity.
What is that important in a monopoly market?
Because consumers cannot significantly reduce consumption even if price rise. This gives the monopoly strong pricing power.
And economics call this situation where consumer becomes captive user.
And this is why pricing often creates public dissatisfactions and political pressure. Let's be fair. What are the advantages of this system?
One advantage is productive efficiency. A single firm can minimize average costs and avoid wasteful duplication of infrastructure.
And another advantage is universal service provision. In Malaysia, water utilities are required to serve both urban and rural areas, even when rural supply is less profitable.
At the macroeconomic level, stable water supply support industries such as agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism.
But if natural monopolies are so efficient, why do economics worry?
Because monopolies tend to produce allocative inefficiency.
Can you explain that more clearly?
Under monopoly, price is set above marginal cost. This creates deadweight loss where mutually beneficial transactions do not occur.
So there's also X inefficiency, where firms lack incentive to control cost of improved service.
And from a long-term perspective, monopolies may suffer from low dynamic efficiency, investing less in innovation.
So efficiency in production does not guarantee efficient in outcomes. Yeah, guys, I also saw another interesting video talking about how unregulated monopoly power affects to the market. Let me show you guys.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I'm late. Hey, wait a minute. I'm not late. You guys are just early. Oh, thank you, I think.
Azlan, I already know what you want, so just dig in.
You're awesome.
Ew, how's your new job? What's the company again?
Yeah, a water company, right?
Great, now I know who to call when my water supply gets cut.
Okay, now hold on your horses, guys. First of all, no. I'm not the right person to complain to when you get your water rationed. That's not what we do. We're not water operators.
Don't be so cryptic. Tell us.
Okay, I work for this organization called Pengurusan Aset Air Berhad, or PAAB for short. Now basically we own and manage water assets in states that have migrated into the new water regime. Now by managing I mean we develop, maintain, and repair water assets such as water treatment plants, reservoirs, pipelines, and many more. Now, we ensure that the whole country has the necessary infrastructure it needs to produce and supply water and manage these assets properly.
So how did you guys come about?
Well, back in 2006, Parliament passed this Water Services Industry Act, to ensure or to establish uniformity in the legislation of providing water and to improve service level to the general public. That, boys and girls, was when PAAB was formed.
How does that work? I still don't quite see the connection between you and the water operators. Am I right, girls?
Yeah.
When a state agrees to be part of the restructuring initiative, PAAB will be taking ownership of the state's water assets. Now, the water operators must then be corporatized and licensed by Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Air Negara, or SPAN, the regulatory body. Now, being the owners of the assets, PAAB will manage all the financial and engineering complexities that come with developing and maintaining them. Now, then the assets will be leased back to the operators at an agreed upon rate. The water operators of those states will only need to focus on water treatment and distribution, hence making them more efficient.
All right. So, how many states are already part of this new restructuring initiative?
So far we have Malacca, Negeri Sembilan, Johor, Perlis, Pulau Pinang, Perak, Selangor, and Kelantan.
So once all states are in, your job is done. Bravo, Azlan. Good job.
I wish. But there's always continuous development and refurbishment of water assets. Because as the population grows, there will always be demand for clean and sustainable water. So it's a never-ending responsibility. Besides that, we also develop special projects under the federal government initiatives like Langat Dua and Sungai Labu water treatment plants. Now, these two treatment plants have been developed for the sole purpose of ensuring that there's enough water supply for the whole of Klang Valley. We are also constantly on the lookout for technological advancements in the water industry. For example, we've developed this Geographic Information System, or GIS technology, and a water assets management system to ease data collection and management. Now, all the assets information can then be retrieved via an intuitive map-based dashboard. Efficient, right? In other words, PAAB's goal is to assist the government in ensuring sustainable growth in the water services industry for the future.
All this while, I just took for granted that getting clean water is just turning on the tap. I'm guilty too, Chris.
Me too, Chris.
So I think government plays a crucial role in monopoly to control the market, right? So how do governments manage these risks?
Through regulation, one common approach is average cost pricing, which allows firms to recover costs without earning excessive profits.
But doesn't price regulation reduce incentive?
That's why regulation also focuses on service quality, such as water safety standards and leakage control.
Cross-subsidization is also used to protect low-income households.
This reinforces water's role as a public necessity rather than a purely commercial product.
Okay, let's end with a final question. From an economics perspective, is a natural monopoly in water supply desirable?
From a cost perspective, it's definitely yes.
And from a consumer welfare perspective, it requires caution.
And that's why regulation is essential.
Okay, thanks for you guys for having this discussion. Now let me have a conclusion to sum up. So in conclusion, water supplies is a textbook example of a natural monopoly. The goal is not to introduce competition, but to ensure that monopoly power is exercised in the public interest. Do you guys agree with me?
I agree
Yes,
with you.
Agree.
That's all for our discussion. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.